When I first started digital art, I wasted years doing everything wrong. Making mistakes nobody warned me about, sitting there at night convinced I just wasn't talented enough. So let me save you from that. If you're pouring in hours but still feel stuck, I know that feeling and you're exactly in the right place. Today, I'm breaking down 6 mistakes that keep beginners stuck, and by the end, you'll know exactly which one is holding you back and exactly where to start. So you can finally make the art that you always pictured in your head. Our first mistake is one that takes most people out before they even start. The very first thing I do starting over is set realistic expectations. I tell myself I'm doing something brand new, so my first pieces are gonna look pretty rough. Not because I'm bad, but because I don't know what I'm doing yet. And I'll never learn unless I start. So here's a trap. A lot of beginners quit before they even get going. And that's because they think people come out the womb making masterpieces. And just so you know, nobody does. Everybody I know starts off rough. Just think of it this way. Your early work is not a sign for you to quit. It's just a barometer of where you're at right now. So think of this like Super Mario Brothers. You're playing the game, you're crushing through the level, and then out of nowhere, you fall into a pit that you didn't see coming. And you have to start all over. You don't drop the controller and go, well, I guess I'm not a gamer. Of course not, that's insane. What most people do, and I hope this is you go, okay, now I know the pit's there, I'm gonna start over, make sure I make the adjustment, and then get further in the game. And then 10 minutes later, you realize you're flying through the game, you understand the level, and now you're better for it. Well, that's just how it works in art. It works the same exact way. Now, for example, when I started, I was already pretty good at drawing on paper, and I figured that skill would just transfer over to digital art. I was dead wrong. Everything I did felt flat. I couldn't get what I was doing in my head to look anywhere as good on the screen. And honestly, I thought I was just failing out the gate. It wasn't until I stuck with it I realized everybody goes through this. I just had to give myself some time to learn a brand new skill. So if you started and stopped more than once just because the early stuff didn't look the way that you wanted to and looked a little rough, then my friend, that's the trap. Don't let that take you out before you even get going. Our next mistake is one of the 2 biggest things that keep beginners completely stuck. So here's the thing, a little research on the best, most affordable gear to start with it's just a good idea, period. But I would cap it at a time limit, because the fastest way to stall out is to bury yourself with way too many options. So what I would do is find something good in your budget and just move on. Don't worry about chasing perfect, and remember, what you start with isn't what you're stuck with. And just in case you don't know, everybody upgrades later, once they actually know what they need. So real quick, just to save you guys some time so you don't have to do the digging, I'm gonna give you some quick advice. If you want an all-in-one and you got a budget, just grab an iPad and an Apple Pencil. And for the program, I would go with Procreate. It's only a few bucks, and in my opinion, it's the most artist-friendly app out there. But if you'd rather use a computer, any decent Mac or PC, plus a program like Affinity or Adobe Creative Suite will do everything that you need. That's it, don't overthink it. And now it's time for my embarrassing story. So, I got into digital art to launch a clothing brand, and I spent months researching the best computer, the best programs, the best courses. I joined Reddit forums, watching way too many reviews, all before making a single thing. Then, one day I looked up, months had passed, and I've pretty much done nothing. And the worst part, by the time I got all the gear, most of it I didn't even like. And the program I was sure I would love wasn't even for me. You see, I would have figured that out much faster if I just started. So if you watch 10 product reviews and drawing absolutely nothing and you're not sure why, now you've got your answer. Real quick before we keep going, if any of this already is hitting too close to home, do me a favor and paint that subscribe button. I put out beginner breakdowns like this every week, all built to help you skip the years I wasted figuring this out the hard way. Sounds good? All right, let me jump back into it. When I jumped from hiring designers to designing my own clothing, I decided to learn Adobe Illustrator. And then I made one mistake that easily added months to my learning process. And that's just because I tried to learn every single tool before I made anything. And to be honest with you, all that did was just leave me paralyzed. I would find myself staring at a blank screen, asking myself, what am I gonna make? Or how should I make it? In fact, what is the best tool for me to make that thing? Honestly, it just felt like I was carrying a boulder up a hill. Or should I say iMac? Yeah, you get what I'm saying. But here's how you skip all that. If I were you, I would just learn as you go. Figure out the thing you want to make, and then just learn a handful of tools so you can make that thing. So learning things like what layers do, how to color, how to use line art, things like that. And in my opinion, that's basically it. Just get comfortable from there, and then branch off to stuff that helps you speed up your process. But just remember, none of this happens until you start. So if you keep opening the program and freezing up, paralyzed by all the options, just staring at the blank canvas, now you know why. And this brings us to mistake 4. And for this one, I would do something different. I want to open this with a question. Raise your hand if you ever grabbed a how to draw book, and then you open to the page with the shapes and the cylinders, and then you decide to skip all the way to the finished drawing on the last page and try to copy that. I know I'm not the only one. And if you're like me, it came out looking nothing like the final result, and you had no idea how that happened. Well, here's why. That's because we skipped every step in between. You see, that exact thing happens in digital art if you don't know your fundamentals. So let me say something that might make the beginners pretty uncomfortable. But just hear me out. I promise I'm coming from a good place. I used to think knowing all the shortcuts and having all the fanciest brushes and knowing when to use the right filters will help my art to look exactly like what Disney is pumping out. But the truth is, my drawings still look flat and lifeless, and I just couldn't figure out why. And then one day it finally hit me. What my work was missing was just the fundamentals. You see, learning to build out of basic shapes gave my characters a personality. Figuring out perspective is what made everything feel balanced. And knowing when to use the right color is what set the mood for my designs. And when you put those things together, you end up with a pretty strong piece. And the brushes and the shortcuts are just helping you to get there just a little faster. So the way I think about it, the fundamentals are the bones of the house, and the brush and the filters are the paint job. Oh wait. Or are they the furniture? Or no, are they both? You guys get what I'm saying. You guys get it. So I guess what I'm saying is, if you have 200 brushes installed and your work still looks pretty flat, this is your answer. It's the fundamentals, not the tools. Now it's time to talk about mistake number 5. And by the way, this one's pretty sneaky because you don't notice until it's already got you. And that's trying to get good at everything at once. When I finally got comfortable in Illustrator, I figured the best way to improve was to crank out as many designs as possible. And at first, it was a pretty good theory. The problem was I was trying to get good at everything at the same time. You see, the problem was I was designing backgrounds, animals, people, and so on and so on and so on. And when it was time to start a new piece, I would waste hours trying to figure out how to draw that thing. Like for example, I might know how to draw the eye, but like how do I draw the nose? How am I going to draw the face in my style? So every piece I did felt like I was starting from zero. And to be honest, months went by and it just felt like my foot was just stuck in the mud. And I honestly just wasn't improving. Okay, but what turned it around was a philosophy I stole from sports. So in basketball, when you learn to play the game, you learn to do everything one at a time. You learn to dribble, then after you understand dribbling, you move to passing. Once you get the feel of passing, you move to shooting. So I guess what I'm saying is you don't drill all of it all at once. And that same philosophy goes with drawing. Just pick one subject and do it over and over and over. And what I like to tell people is just to break the thing you're learning into parts. The more reps you get on one thing, the faster everything speeds up. So if your design portfolio is a little bit of everything and you're still not really good at any of it, this is probably that mistake. Just plain and simple. And while we're on the topic of wasting time, this might be the biggest mistake on the list. And that's not practicing the craft. I know that sounds insane, but just hear me out for a second. So when I started, I caught myself watching way too many tutorials and speed painting videos than I actually spent drawing my own stuff. I was so locked in, trying to figure it all out, that I convinced myself watching YouTube all day was enough to get good. It wasn't. At some point, you just have to do the thing. So real quick, let me give you my fix. Spend an honest hour a day just working on your craft, or any piece you're trying to make. And by the way, practicing color combos are totally fine. You see, 1 real hour a day will easily make you a better artist, way faster than watching any content. So if you watch 50 tutorials this month and you finish 0 of your own studies, you just have to be honest with yourself. It's not because you haven't found the perfect tutorial, it's because you're not actually putting them into practice. And this brings us to the last one. And by the way, this is a bonus, because honestly, I'm not sure if this is strong enough to stand on its own, but it matters too much for me to leave out. And that's to find a community. And that could be an art group, some friends, or anywhere you could share your work to get real feedback. You see, one of the biggest traps is hiding your work and grinding in a vacuum. Feedback from people further along than you is huge. There's nothing like someone who knows what they're doing that can help to point you in the right direction. And a community keeps you motivated through those hard times you're really not sure if you're getting better. Now, the thing that took my art to the next level was making friends across different corners of the art world. And sometimes the biggest help wasn't a technique, it was actually a book that they told me to read. Or it could have been an artist that they told me to follow. And just a heads up, I'm hoping that this channel could become one of those places for you. Wink wink. So if literally nobody's ever seen your art, take this one seriously. Alright, so real quick, which mistake hits you the hardest? And let's be honest, that's the one holding you back the most. So that's exactly where you should start, and you should probably fix that one first. And do me a favor, drop it in the comments. I would love to hear where you're at. And Lord knows I wasted way too much time doing research on devices when I first started. So before you go, if you're wondering what to even buy, let me save you a headache. I made a video that settles that for you. And in that video, I share the exact setup I start with today. And you can find that video right here. I'll see you guys over there.